Hello everyone, I'm Jesse Krull. Welcome to the Halloween edition of The Locker Room. 6th-ranked St. Thomas travels to 14th-ranked Concordia Moorhead Saturday, trying to build on its dominating win over Bethel. The Cobbers, second in the MIAC, moved to 5-1 in the conference with a 30-20 victory over Hamlin last week. Concordia fullback Chad Johnson is 5th in the MIAC in rushing touchdowns and leads the historically run-heavy Cobber offense. I'm joined today by Coach Glenn Caruso, tight end Matt Christensen, and linebacker Adam Kraft. Thanks for being here, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks for
Coach,
having us.
you're in the midst of facing some of the MIAC's toughest teams.
Right.
What's the toughest part about that, considering you had a stretch where you faced some pretty weak teams?
Well, the reason why this one's a challenge is their physical toughness and their mental toughness. A lot of respect for the way that Concordia program has been run. I was able to see it up close when we were up in Fargo for many years, and throughout the coaching staffs, and quite frankly, throughout the decades, they've been a real tough team, and just love going up there to play them.
Matt, looking at the offense, both the passing game and running game has flourished this year, but some of the credit has to go to the men up front, including yourself. What would you say is the key factor for the offensive line this year?
I feel like our offensive line has a lot of experience and a lot of cohesiveness. Four of our starting five are seniors, and then our left tackle, Will Hooper's a junior. A lot of experience with those guys, a lot of cohesiveness, and again, playing with a lot of confidence up front, being able to physically just dominate the opponents.
Looking at the Cobbers offense, Adam, they're in the middle of the MIAC and not total offense. What would you say is going to be the toughest aspect to shut down Saturday?
Well, they definitely run an interesting offense, and from a scheme standpoint, we just have to have 11 guys on the defense doing their responsibility to the best of their abilities, and we believe we'll be successful.
Coach, last week you trailed for the first time this whole season, and you gave credit to some of the halftime adjustments you made. But what needs to be the factor that you guys don't fall behind this Saturday?
I believe I gave credit to the halftime adjustments the entire coaches and staff made, not just myself primarily. Just really love the way that our kids were able to pick up on those adjustments. For this week, it's going to be a little bit difficult because certainly, like Adam was saying, the system that they use is not one that you see every day. Now, we've seen it for enough years to know what we want to do when we go up against it, but they also have a ton of talent on the perimeter in their receivers and some of their slot backs, so we'll have to stay on our toes.
And now it's time for this week's fan question. This one's for all three of you guys. The Tommy Media staff wants to know, what would you say is your favorite scary movie?
That's a tough one. I'd say my probably favorite scary movie is Halloween Town. Like the classics are always a good one.
For me, it's one that I just watched recently with my roommate. It's called Sinister. I don't know what it is about that movie, but it gets me every single time, and it's very unsettling to me, but it's a good time.
Probably when I was younger, Nightmare on Elm Street, 1 through 7, probably at that point. But Freddy Krueger and that whole deal definitely kept me up at night.
Love the classics.
Yep.
It's going to be a great game this weekend.
Hope so.
If you have a question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Thank you for joining us. With Coach Glenn Caruso, Matt Christensen, and Adam Kraft, I'm Jesse Krull. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.